Hey everyone, this is Pastor Brian Medley. And if you've never met me before or seen me before, I am in Las Vegas, Nevada. I pastor Appointed Church Las Vegas, and we are here like you in the middle of this craziness that's across our world. I'm here today in front of Walmart and Sam's Club, some of the crazy stores that have experienced a lot of rush and madness from people across the country, and specifically here in Las Vegas, we've seen some crazy stuff. It has been crazy. It's as if Albertsons, Walmart, Sam's Club, Costco, Smith's, and other stores are the source of hope and help for people. People have been running crazy to these places in the middle of this global and national health crisis. And we have seen and are seeing the world and our local cities scrambling to make sense of and find sense and to find a sense of security and hope in the middle of this time. As I think about that and look around and see what's going on, I'm reminded of a story in the New Testament. In the New Testament books of Matthew, Mark, and Luke, there's a story that talks about Jesus and him coming home after a little bit of ministry and walking around and taking care of people and serving people across his region, across his area. He came home to the city of Capernaum, and he sets up shop, and he's in a house one day, whether it's his house or a friend's house or his mother's house, we don't know, we're not sure. But gathered around him are religious leaders and a lot of people from his hometown who are there to check him out and hear him. Just know that prior to Jesus coming home and meeting with these people, he had been healing, he had been serving, he had been preaching and teaching all across and around his area. So the people knew what was going on. Word had traveled fast. In fact, there was a group of people following him. Especially, he got out on the lake one day and a crowd of people were trying to follow him there. And he got on the lake and got away just to get away from the crowd. So he's in this house and he's teaching and he's talking to people. And let me read the story out of Mark chapter 2. A few days later, when Jesus again entered Capernaum, the people heard that he had come home. They gathered in such large numbers that there was no room left, not even outside the door, and he preached the word to them. Some men came, bringing to him a paralyzed man carried by 4 of them. Since they could not get to Jesus because of the crowd, they made an opening in the roof above Jesus by digging through it and then lowered the mat the man was lying on. When Jesus saw their faith, he said to the paralyzed man, "Son, your sins are forgiven." The people had gathered around Jesus. They came scrambling and came after him, kind of like the people who had gone to the stores in your city and in Las Vegas. They came just rushing the store, trying to find what they needed and what they wanted. And it's been crazy. I mean, toilet paper is sold out, water is sold out, hand sanitizer is sold out. And I understand some of the concern with that, but it's been nuts. And in the middle of that, shelves are empty. It's been shocking. It's been eerie to go into these stores and find empty shelves, very little milk, very little, if any, meat, very little bread, and things like that. And we've all been kind of shocked and taken back by that. But people have rushed these stores trying to get what they want and what they feel they need. And they wanted to hear Jesus. Back to the story, they wanted to hear Jesus. They wanted to be near him. They wanted what he could give them. They wanted what they wanted. And Jesus was there. And Jesus took the time to be with them and take time for them. I think what was crazy is that these 4 men showed up, and they had a friend who was paralyzed, and they came because they wanted this guy to get healed and to get fixed, if you would, and to be taken care of. They get to the house, they know Jesus is there, and they can't get in. There's no room, man. The people are packed outside. My wife went to the opening of a brand new store last week, and people were wrapped around the building to get into this thing. And then after she left, it got crazy. People were trailing people to take their cart and to find a shopping cart and to find a parking space. It was just nuts. And it's kind of like this scene at this house where Jesus is. People want to get in, and they filled the house, and now they're shoved outside the door. They're out into the yard. They're around the side of the house. They're trying to listen and hear. And these 4 men carrying their friend, so 5 men, come up to this place, and they see the situation. They don't know what to do. They can't get in, and people aren't letting them in, apparently. And so what do? They make the effort and they go around to the side of the house. I'm imagining and understand probably that these homes use their roof and the top for maybe sleeping, maybe cooking and things like that. So they found the stairs and they went up on top. and they got to the roof and they somehow knew where Jesus was. They cut a hole in the roof big enough to drop a guy on a mat down through. And they dropped him right in front of Jesus and wanted Jesus to take care of him. And Jesus was impressed by their faith. Jesus was impressed by their love and concern for their friend. Jesus took time and he spoke to them, and he spoke to this man. Now, I hope that no one has done anything that crazy in Walmart or Costco or Sam's Club or any of these other stores out there that have been rushed and just filled with people. I'm sure people have tried to improvise and tried ways to get into these stores and get what they wanted. But at any rate, it's been crazy. And these men were crazy enough to try to get to Jesus and to do it this way. I'm sure people probably got mad at him, and the homeowner had to get ticked off because you cut a hole in the guy's roof or the woman's roof, whoever it was. And here these guys are just cutting through and dropping through. I'm sure they made a lot of people unhappy, and plus a lot of people had stuff fall on their heads and everything else. So kind of like our stores, man, people are getting angry. They're fighting over toilet paper and sanitizer and things like that. It's just been nuts. But this is the scene that Jesus is in, and these men drop him right in front of Jesus, and Jesus takes time to deal with him, to speak to him, and to heal him. And Jesus said this, but I want you to know that the Son of Man has authority on earth to forgive sins. So he said to the man, I tell you, get up, take your mat, and go home. He got up, took his mat, and walked out in full view of all the people. What a scene. What craziness. And what do you think happened to all these people around there? But I want you just to hear that story. These four men and this one man who's paralyzed, and Jesus took the time for them. And Jesus cared for him. And he delivered, plus. He healed the man physically and spiritually. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to share with you as I close and wrap this up that there is more to life than the physical stuff we need and want. Even in the middle of this crisis, and I'm not trivializing this crisis, I'm not trivializing what's going on. It's real. This virus is real. People have died and are dying as a result. I get it, and I know that it's real. But still, in the middle of that, Jesus, God, is as real and more so, and he's in the middle of all this. He's ready to take care of you. He's ready to take care of me. I want to direct your attention and your energy to go after Jesus. Want Jesus. Look for Jesus. Ask Jesus to heal you and to help you, and he will. He will do more than you can imagine. He can heal and repair your soul. You can have a relationship with God through Jesus Christ, and you can know peace and hope, even in the middle of this crazy global and national crisis. Like the men in the story, don't let anything stop you from getting to Jesus right now, because he won't let anything stop him from giving you what you need. God bless you. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. Take the precautions that your governor, your states, the president, and the task force have given to us to take care of one another, and trust Jesus. If you've never taken time to even think about God, maybe this is the time. And again, don't let anything stop you from getting to him, because he won't let anything stop him from giving you what you need. God bless.